Greetings, technology enthusiasts. I am Chandrahas and I am delighted to be here with you representing CyberBrainer. Do you not believe that the technology sector is advancing at an unprecedented rate, making this an opportune moment to acquire the skills that will facilitate your progress? With CyberBrainer, we are empowering you to take control of your own future. At CyberBrainer, we do not merely impart your interests. We assert that information is power, yet it is the application of knowledge that distinguishes you. Our courses are meant to equip you with essential skills, whether you are pursuing data science, understanding artificial intelligence, or delving into cybersecurity. Let us commence the session and seize the future today. Thank you.
This If I go to the film service, your question was suppose I have it. This is my developer org. That's why I have created one service crew and I have added two service resources in that crew. You remember we have created a service crew and we have enabled using that crew management and Simon Cliff and James Jones. I have added this to service resource into this crew. Your question was, I think service resource. Can this service resource been added to different service crews? Yes, according to the service means your service view. Give you that feasibility. Means you can assign multiple service but one service resource to multiple crews as long as the membership dates don't overlap. What does it mean by membership dates? You remember? I have shown you if I'll go to here in the crew management. If you have created that crew and associated that service resource to that crew. If you just hover it out, look at this. Your membership start and membership ended is there. I have created this service crew member with the membership start as November 17th to November 30th. Until and unless I will add this specific resource to a different service crews. Until and unless that service resource can be a member of multiple crews as long as the membership dates don't overlap. Suppose November 17th to November 13th Simon Cliff is a part of LA service crew. I have created suppose San Francisco service crew is a service crew and I have added Simon Cliff if the membership started as November 18th to 29th of November, then it will fail. It will not work until and unless membership dates don't overlap. You can associate a service resource to a member of multiple queue service crews. This is the functionality. This is the means, the considerations of service crews, associations with multiple crews. That makes sense. And what happened again? I'm not sure if this is a likely scenario or if normally a business using this would just use service crews or individual resources. But is it a normal scenario if you have a service resource bookable on their own and also part of a service crew? Is that something that can happen? I'm just thinking in terms of I had, for example, air conditioning installed in my house some time ago. I was thinking of an example which might make this make sense. And they do send engineers out to do like maintenance. They might send a single engineer out to do maintenance of the air conditioning unit or doing servicing each year. But when the installation was done, a team of about 8 people came out initially to look at her. I believe in that particular organization. It would be possible for one person to be occasionally assigned to a project and in this case be part of a service crew and field service lighting terminology, but also for them to be assigned individual pieces of work which they look at themselves rather than part of a team. I was wondering how that sort of snow be caged for in field service lighting where you couldn't end up having some work types that might be assigned to an individual person, whereas other work types might be assigned to a crew. Yes, you are. Let me tell you. Here what you just in your scenario, There is a particular means. Work rule is there which is called Service Crews Resource Availability Work Rule. If you just go to there, let me just open. Let me tell you. If you go to Fill Service Settings, basically what is happening means field service doesn't consider the recommended kind of crew size when assigning appointments. What happens? The scheduling engine either counts the crew, service crew members, or checks the service crew. There is a size field in the service crew record. It is checking like a field service engine is basically checking in the back end. You can adjust the settings on the service crew resource availability work rule. If the minimum, suppose what is happening, suppose what you are saying, like when an appointment is scheduled for a worker who started on a service crew is in future, or that means in same day. Another appointment is elongated at the last duration of the worker's membership in the service crew. In your situation, what has happened at resource to serviceability? Work will can surface in scenario. If I will just go to here, I will go to the guided setup. Let me show you. Basically, although CRIU is not a candidate if it has no valid CRIU members and you do not have a service CRIU membership selected. Basically, the field service engine will not be able to find that service appointment. It will not be considered in an optimization job also. If I just go to the work rules, let me show you. Suppose customer first. If I go to here scheduling policy, here one work rule is there. Service crew resource availability. This specific work rule is basically for your scenario. This work rule. If I can assign that work rule to that particular scheduling policy, if it has been selected for that service appointment or service crew members, it can mitigate the problem. Does that mean that that particular work will check the availability of the individual service resources in the service group? Yes. Individual resource. Suppose your service group contains 5 service resource in that particular territory even though it is associated with a different territory or different service groups. Also, this is an optimization job. If you just consider this scheduling policy with that service group, that work will be available for this scheduling policy. It will automatically find out that what is the availability time for each and every individual resource which is included in the service group in that particular service group. And if there was someone who wasn't available in a given service group, does that mean that service group would then be excluded in the same way? Yes. Basically, what happens here in the backend service resource that belong to a crew cannot be candidates for the appointments while they belong to a crew. What will happen in that scenario? Therefore, the required resource and the excluded resource work roles and the preferred resource service objective do not apply to active service crew members. That is the thing. And that's what is happening. Suppose what you are just asking that is absent for some particular reason. Now scheduler is looking for the candidates to perform a job. And suppose when service resource of type is crew and technicians are considered as a candidate, what will happen? Suppose your service resource is a current member of that service crew due to some emergency situation is not available. That resource will be automatically excluded from that service crew for that particular time means that what will this work? Will service crew resource availability. It will eliminate that service resource for that service group. And in the place of that service resource, it will find out the optimum service resource to assign that service appointment. Definitely that service resource is manually assigned to that service appointment while they belong to a crew. Sometimes the dispatcher control shows rule violations also. That is a separate scenario, but that this work will take care of that specific scenario. Thank you, that makes sense. I just wanted to double check. It's one of those slightly more nuanced scenarios, especially start having potentially if the work of the individual is more important than the service crew, vice versa. It was quarantined that how that sort of plan out, because obviously that's a bit more involved. But I imagine that's somewhat of an educated scenario in most businesses. Thank you. Is that clear? Can we go to the next? One consideration is there which I would like to tell you. If you go to the field service, that is an important feature. The second, let me show you. Look at this. If I go to the crew management, suppose I'm going to the crew management, I'll be able to see here match crew skills option is there. What will happen if you click on that? What basically does? Let me tell you what basically does. Skill is a very important thing. Why you are setting up that servicer crew management? What it is still can be assigned to the service resource of any type, like technicians or crew means. If I just show you here, you remember if I go to the service resource and creating a service resource, suppose James Jones. If I look at this resource type, is that it is come, this field is car. And this field came with the field service, managed package service with all those big lists like technician, dispatcher, crew agent, asset planner, like this. Skill can be assigned to a service resource of any type, like technicians or crew, and are considered during scheduling, unless skills are assigned to a service crew directly on the service resource of type crew. A service crew's combined skills are not considered and the crew may be underscheduled. I am repeating again. Unless skills are assigned to a service crew directly on the service resource of type crew, a service crew's combined skills are not considered and the crew may be underscheduled. Means, if you want the scheduling engine to consider a service crew's combined skills, that is, all skills assigned to a service crew members. Suppose I have James Jones, I have Simon Cliff, they have different skills. All skills assigned to a service crew members, you need to enable skill grouping. This way, if an appointment requires, suppose I am giving an example, drilling and installation skills, a service crew that has members with that group of skills is considered as a candidate. My son's here. That is, this is all about service group. Now we will talk about a very important feature or very useful feature in field service lightning, which is called service reports. Service reports. What does it mean by service reports? Service report is basically it helps if it's any customer's summaries of the work that your field service team perform. Field service team performed. You can generate the service resource reports from your work order or your work order line items or your service appointments. This is out of box feature, definitely. What is the most useful feature when we will be discussing the mobile app? Field service report. Service reports is very important. Feature means like in the field service mobile app, you can generate service reports from the service appointments only. While I'm saying like work order, line items, work order and service appointments, you can generate service reports. This statement is valid only for while it is being generated from the browser. But when you generating means when you are trying to generate the service report from the mobile app, you can generate the service reports from the mobile app, service appointments on their work order and work order line items. You will not be able to generate the service report. Now this is as I have mentioned you, it is basically give you the summary how your agent's performance. Like if you will just go to work order, let me show you. If you just suppose this is the work order, let me go to the work order first. Suppose this is the work order. It is an in progress status. If I go to just click on this, look at this click servicer create service appointment. Is there a create service report? Is there? Just if you click on the create service report, you will be able to see one 2DF template. Here, one option is there, two options is there. Basically, look at this first service report. It is prepared for work order. Who is the owner? Company? Address, everything there, and it will go to that work details. It is there, everything is there. Then asset details, work order, line item details, then parts and material booths. Whatever I have created. Everything part of the service report. Now it will just two options are there. Let me tell you one thing. If you are, don't even, I'm just cancelling it. Let me tell you, if you are practicing these things into a developer, or if you are not able to see this clear service report, quick action, just go to the page layout and just you have to add this click actions in your page layout. Let me tell you one thing, service reports cannot be generated or service reports cannot be created for service appointments whose parent record is an account or parent record is an asset or parent record is a need or parent record is an opportunity. You will not able to create it. Create the service appointment service reports from that service appointments. Can you say that again? The service report can't be created with the parent record is accounts assets. We're still getting used to my data model. All the other parent objects again. The parent object here, if you will go to the service appointment. If I'll go to the service appointment, suppose it is in a schedule status. First of all, in this service appointment, I am not able to see that create service report. Quick action is there. What is the parent record of the service appointment? Look at this. If I'll just do a Control F. Look at this parent record type is work order. Parent record is work order. It's not the account. If parent record will be account or pick, parent record will be asset or leader opportunity, will not be able to create the service report from this service appointment. If in parent record is work order, that is fine. Let me do one thing. Let me just add this create service report quick actions in service appointment page level. If I'll just go to here, look, let me go to the object manager. If I just mobile and lightning quick actions here, if I just report this one. And service report is there. I'm going to the another page layout. And let's go to here. If I'll just go to here, this is my service appointment. Look at this, create service report is there. If I just go to here, I can able to see service report preview, that what kind of appointment information, which account it is, appointment number, every details will be there in the service report. Now this service report, it is the preview which is appearing. Two options are there, create service report and create and send service report. Create service report means to send a report to the record and send a copy to the customer. You can click create and send service report. If I just click on create and send service report, look at this, automatically an email window is opening here and from Darren Macmillan. I am Darren Macmillan. I am sending this report to the customer. Suppose I am saying chart where Salesforce does this and automatically this service report attached in the email. Oh my god, I'm just sending it. Attach and send. I can show this like, don't show this message again. I can say. The email has been sent to your email ID for the service appointment. Using this, you can create the service report. If I'm creating that service report, this service report is saved in the service report related list on the record. If I go to the related, scroll down here, only the activity history is there. If I go to the limit, look at this here in the email, I am able to see the activity history. I am able to see that I have sent a service report. If I just crawl back in the service appointment in the page layout, I can able to add the related list. Also, if I just go to the object manager, go to the related list, service report. This is the service report. Just add it, save it. If I go to here, I'm going to the related page. If I will go to here, it's not coming here. It is, look at this in the service report. Service report I have created. If I just open that, it is showing the PDF view. It is stored. It is stored in the related list of that service appointment. Related list, quick links. It is present over. This is the service report feature. One thing I would like to, important thing that sometimes required for the business scenarios, what is a service report? Is translated in the language selected in the service report language field. On the associated work order, if I go to the work order, this is the service appointment. First, let me go to the work order. In the work order also, you will be able to see create service report. If I click on that, create service report. Let me create and send. Same thing you can do. I'm sending to you. Send it. Look at this here, automatically attached from sending it. Same thing you can do from work order line item also. That is also available. One thing, service report is translated in the language selected in the service report language field on the associated work order. If I just go to that related, This is the work order. Let me just add this language field. Are we able to easily pull in the customer's email address into the to address, especially given the parent is the service appointment? That means I mean to say, suppose if I'm just click on that, just this, I'm just clicking on that. You meant to say that in the two sections. How can I pull multiple sender items, recipient address? That's what I mean. That's one of the first, because this is test data or because I'm not sure. For example, if this was being sent from the activity timeline and we're using the create an email or send email function, it would also pull the email address from, say, the contact. If it was a contact record, if it was a person account, I'd usually pull in the person email address. I'm just wondering how, if there's any way of it, defaulting the to address here as well, the user doesn't have to enter an email address each time. I'm assuming there is, but I just wondered what that looks like in this. In the outer box, I don't think it is possible. You need to configure that. Service report language there is, a field is there. Let me add this in the page layout. If I'll go to here, look, if I'm just going to here, service report, language is blank. Let me tell you just, I'm cancelling this into means configure that. Let me tell you the functionality first. Service report is translated in the language selected in the service report language field on the associated work order. If that field is blank, in my case, the field is blank, the report uses the default language of the person who is generating the report. To how to add the languages and languages there, first you need to go to here, setting. In the quick file, you need to write like translation language. This will be useful feature when you will be doing a multi-country rollout translation language settings. Now click here, enable option is there, just enable it. What we can do? Suppose your desired language is German or Spanish, whatever your desired language, or you can add some languages there. You can make this, suppose if I just click on add. Suppose as of now I'm just select language, English, and I'm just enable English for direct back and I can save it. If I just cancel it. This is the options to add a user as a translator for that language. I need to select them from the available list and that will add and then save, which I have just shown you. Here one option is there, activate. I'm not able to find that. Oh, I did it suppose for 2 days. Part of these I can make it activate for Darren Mac. If I'll just go to here, edit, I can make the German as a language for activity activate. For that user, this is the option. This is the means way, using that specific functionality, you can add a user as a translator for that language. You can select them from the available list and then you can click on it and then save it and it will be available. Service report will be translated in the language which will be selected in the service report language field. That is the functionality you need to. It means when you are doing multi-country rollout, that will be useful. Thank you. Is it clear, Richard? Yes, I haven't done much with multilingual orgs. I haven't used Translation Workbench much at all in my career. I'm aware of the setting and aware of this area, but it's not something I see on a day-to-day basis because all the orgs I've worked in have been just using English. It's useful to see. Thank you. Now, one thing which is important, which is some guidelines for using signatures on service reports. Field service workers can capture the signatures from customers and partners on service report. On the service report template, you can define the number and the type of the signature which is being allowed. How to set up the signature types? First of all, you need to first create service report templates. If you're just creating a service report, first you need to do, if you want your team to collect signatures on the service reports using the service mobile app, you need to create pick list values from signature type field on the digital signature. If you go to the setup page and what you need to do, if we go to the classic, generally I used to enable from classic. If you just go to the setup page, in the quick find signature, quick find boss like digital signatures. Digital signature. In the digital signatures, click on that fields. If your signature number is there, signature type is there, which is the pick list. If you go to here, its default pick list values, which is automatically means it is assigned automatically, it's default. In the Lightning experience, go to the Object Manager. In the Object Manager, there is an object separately which in Field Service Lightning, it's digital signature. This is the object, standard object. And it can go to the field and relationship. You can click signature type. Click signature type, this one. You can add up to 1000 values. There is some if you can add. Here means up to 1000 values. Now there is some guidelines for using. Signature on the service reports means how you can use that signatures in your service reports. Basically, the signatures confirm that. Basically, the signature confirms that both the parties agree on the work that is completed. In our org developer, org got the official managed package. When you have successful installations, your org comes with one signature type called default. Just seeing. A service report template can contain only one signature part type. If you want to collect more than one signature on a service report, you can add more signature types in setup, like I have shown you, like edit signature fields and digital signature object. You can add from here. You can associate, for example, technician, customer, supervisor, supplier, like this. If you expect multiple people in one room, for example, all mobile workers who are at the appointment to sign a service report, You can create the numbered types like technician 1, technician 2, like this. You can do that. The limitation is you can create up to 1000 signature types. You can delete signature type, but you cannot deactivate it. That is one blocker. And another one is when a signature type is deactivated, you can't be added. It can't be added to a new service report template. If I'm just going here, if I just click on new, please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.